Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a full face of Sephora Collection. You're going to see a ton of my recommendations in this video from Sephora Collection, my favorites, and also some new things that I haven't used before. So it's going to be a first impression for those. I picked up a few things to supplement my face because I just didn't have any in that category of products. So I'm very excited to test out some of these new things and show you some of my favorites. I'm doing this because tomorrow, October 28th, Sephora Collection goes on sale for 30% off for everyone who signed up to the Beauty Insider program. So if you're not already signed up, I definitely recommend doing so. They have a tier system, and Rouge also gets to shop the entire Sephora site tomorrow for 20% off, but everyone can shop Sephora Collection tomorrow. So on the 28th, if you're looking for any Sephora Collection products, be sure to shop the first day of the sale. I always recommend shopping as soon as you can, just in case things sell out. So I hope you guys enjoy this video idea, and let's get started on the tutorial. I have all my Sephora Collection brushes, just group them together. So I'm going to be using them. A bunch are limited edition holiday collections, but they always come out with various collections every year. If you're looking for brushes, definitely check out Sephora Collection. I've come across some amazing sets, and I use the brushes all the time. Their Pro Series brushes are incredible. I'll have every brush that I use linked below. And the first thing I'm going to start off with is actually a new item to me. I bought this when Sephora was doing a sale on sale items for Sephora Collection. So I got this at a really good discount. It is the I Love Deep Cool Eyeshadow Palette. They also had a warm one that was on sale too, but I'm really into the cool tones right now. I feel like a lot of people are as well, so I wanted to test out the formula in this in the cool palette. This could possibly be used as a bronzer depending on your skin tone. It is kind of light in the pan for me, but I thought, you know what? Let's give this a try. Starting with a nice fluffy blender brush. This is the Pro Drawing Blender 42. I know they've changed a bunch of their brushes over the years, so you might not find exactly these ones. Just dipping into that big transition shade and that one to mix, go into the crease. It's a nice wash of color. It's taking a little bit to build up, blending out really easily. Definitely have to take time to build this up though. I'm going to be showing my favorite products in this video, and I'd love to know yours from Sephora Collection. So if you have some hidden gems that you know and love, please leave them in the comment section below so we can all shop at a discount for them. So let me know your favorites. I'm dying to read the comment section. I wanted to pick up this one palette that had some baked face products, but it was currently sold out of stock. I was hoping that would come back in stock. I was thinking of comparing that to Hourglass. It looked kind of similar to their big products. I'll have a picture of it on the screen, but they do a lighter one and a deep one. I was open to either, honestly, whatever was in stock, but unfortunately it was sold out. So just got a basic wash down. I always go back and blend it out further, clean it up, or deepen it when I kind of see what the lid is starting to look like. So I'm just going to swatch all three of these metallics on my hand just to see which one I want to use. Very thin metallics. I think I'm going to go with the middle shade just because it has more of that gray tone. The other one has a slight pink quality to it, and I want to keep it kind of in the gray family for this look. Just using this packing shadow brush, I feel like it's perfect for metallic shades. It's the number 13. Any sort of flat, almost like a concealer brush, really like for this sort of step. Just taking that middle metallic shade. I did wet my brush, just putting that all over the lid. It's actually really pretty. Definitely looks better when you wet it. The swatches don't do it justice, so it's one of those metallics that needs a little bit of water to make it more metallic. I'm going to gradually start deepening up this look. I'm going to start with this shade in the outer corner and then move on to this shade using a Pro Drawing Shadow 41 brush. I like that this is small but tapered. I don't find many brushes are like this, and I think they discontinued it, unfortunately. I will try and find something similar. The mattes are nice. They're all blending really well. It's a super soft, really pretty look. The first transition shades were very light. This is definitely much deeper. Just gonna soften the edges. They're very hard pressed, so I had a feeling that they'd be a little bit harder to work with, but for the price of this, I'm actually kind of impressed. I didn't have high expectations, especially seeing this heavily discounted because it was on sale and then a sale on a sale, but it is nice. Definitely worth the price I paid. That is blending so nicely. How much did I pay for this? I paid around $10 for this. definitely worth the price. If they still have this on sale and in stock, maybe consider getting this during the sale. It's a nice little cool tone palette, especially if you don't use cool tones that often or you're just wanting to try it out. I feel like this gives a nice array of colors. Good mattes, so you can create a variety of cool tone looks, and it blends easily. $10. This was a nice little find. Slightly deepening the crease just to get this a little bit more blended through here. And then the darkest shade I'm just going to use as an eyeliner. It's an angle brush from Sephora. Don't know the name. It was Holiday Collection. And I'm just going to smoke this out. Bit of fallout on this dark shade. These blend out really easily though. These are the eyes complete. This kind of reminds me how I used to wear my makeup when I was 19. Always do the silvers and grays when I would go out at night. I'm having flashbacks here. When I was browsing Sephora, I didn't have a mascara or lashes, and I decided to go with a pair of lashes. These are the Luxe False Lash from Sephora Collection. You can hardly see them with that metallic background, so let me just remove them from the packaging. These are a very subtle, natural lash. For a look like this, I feel like you could go either way. You could definitely make it more dramatic, but I like this because I'm going to get used out of these. A more natural lash is something that I get used out of more. I don't use as dramatic lately. There's a time and place, but I do use things like this more, so that's why I picked it up, because I wanted to test out a lash I'd actually use multiple times. Sephora Collection does complexion right. All my favorites are complexion or lips. I had to supplement for eyes because eyes is probably my most neglected. Complexion is just my favorite thing in makeup. Getting a nice complexion. Lashes are on, just waiting for the glue to dry. They're really pretty. However, they're very delicate because when I was taking it out of the package, one of the end pieces came off. I was gonna cut it off anyways, but just note, very delicate lashes. That's why I always remove my lashes from the end of the lash instead of the front, because that's where I cut off. And if it were to happen to do that, which it did this time, that is exactly why I take it off from that area. This style honestly looks like my natural lashes. It just built them up a little bit more. So I think they're perfect for like an everyday sort of lash. Very natural looking, and they suit the look, I feel like, too. Slightly dramatic, not too much. You can still see all my eye work. So they're nice. They're just very delicate. I can see why they were on sale. Now for my favorite part of this tutorial, it's going to be complexion. That's where all my favorites are, and lip products from Sephora Collection. So we're doing things I know I love right now, and one of those is the Best Skin Ever foundation. I am waiting for their glow version to come out. They keep teasing it on their social media. I'm like, when are you going to drop this, okay? I'm waiting for you to drop this. This is their original Best Skin Ever. I have a whole video on it if you want to go check that out. I will link it. I'm using 25Y, which is a new shade I have here. I'm not sure how this is gonna be. I feel like 25.5 is a little light for me right now. Yeah, this one's gonna be a lot better. So with this foundation, I do find you need to moisturize. It is a thicker foundation, so you need a fairly dense brush. I feel like works best for blending this out. Even the brush I'm using, I don't find dense enough. That is the foundation applied on my skin. I feel like it looks good when it's initially applied, but this is one of those foundations that actually looks better on my skin as it wears, and my review of this foundation really highlights that on my skin. But this is what we are starting out with. For the price point, this is such a great foundation, one I highly recommend checking out if you've never tried it before. It's one of those grab and go, easy to reach for foundations for me that I know is gonna look good regardless of the occasion. The wear for me of this is what sets it apart from other foundations. That's something that needs to be there in a foundation, and it says it's a long wear foundation plus anti-pollution, which is fantastic. Long wear for sure. I have about a third left in my 25.5Y, which I use most days, and I just opened my 29Y. This one matches my skin really nicely. So now we're going to go in with the Best Skin Ever Concealer, which fairly recently launched, and this is supposed to be a full coverage, natural finish, long wear anti-pollution concealer. This does have the wear and the natural finish for me. I don't feel like this is full coverage. I don't feel like this foundation is full coverage either. This one doesn't claim it. The concealer does. This one is the same sort of coverage as the foundation in my experience. So they really pair nicely together. On its own, I feel like most days I do feel like I need a little bit more coverage than this. So I have 15.5N in this concealer. It's going to be quite light for me today. We're going to go for a bright under eye apparently. If it's too bright, I just go over with my foundation brush and that kind of calms it down a little. Just a little tip if you ever come into that sort of issue. I'm also going to use this to highlight points of the face. I usually just do down my nose to help with the contour. As always, I have to wet a sponge. This concealer also dries quite fast. So me forgetting to wet my beauty sponge was a critical error. I do like the concealer. It's not replacing any of my favorites anytime soon, in case you're wondering. So it does look very natural. I'm gonna layer it up for you guys just so you can see what kind of coverage we can get. I feel like this is more than I typically use. I'm gonna use a brush and blend it out. It is the Airbrush Concealer Brush. This is gonna help with the coverage instead of the Beauty Blender taking it away. Probably should have went in with this first. I can always tell the coverage of how this eye looks. You can see my spot through it, which you can. That's what I mean about not full coverage. I do really like the finish though. It doesn't look too bright underneath the eyes and you can see how it has that natural finish. I have a sort of glow to the face, which is really pretty, but I will be setting the face down because that's one thing that I need to do with almost every foundation. There's very few that I actually don't set, but this is one of those ones I feel like needs a set. So I'm going to be using the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Compact in medium 30. I'm going to apply this lightly underneath my eyes, and then I'm also going to apply this lightly all over the face. Just using a brush to do so. Super soft set, really nice powder, especially if you like MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's very similar dupe for that. Not heavy, sets it really nice and natural. Definitely recommend checking out this powder. I don't have a big fluffy brush from Sephora to set my whole face, so I'm just gonna take my BK Beauty 104 and do the rest of the face. One thing I've never tried from Sephora Collection is their bronzer. That's a missing piece. I feel like I need a little bit of dimension before going in with blush. So I'm just gonna use my One Size bronzer. I feel like this is a good pick because when I have cool tone, I kind of want to mix in some neutral, maybe contour a bit with the cool. The warm bronzer, I don't want to go in with too much of. A little bit, not a lot though, because we are so cool. A little bit of bronze to add some dimension, but the skin is looking super soft and pretty. Really loving how it's looking, and as I go about my day, it's only going to get better because that's this foundation for you. I love it for that reason. Now I'm going to go in with blush, and this is always a hard decision because I love all these blushes. So I have a ton from the Sephora Collection brand. These initially went viral on TikTok because of MakeupByCheryl, used them on Kylie Jenner. I had one of their old blushes before in this packaging, but they have a bunch of new ones, and I love the new packaging because you can actually see the different colors. I have one of these blushes on my Sephora wish list. I want to get all of them eventually, but have Fascinated on my wish list, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use today. Maybe go in with this color. It's called Over the Moon, and people have been comparing this to the Dior blush. I do find this has a little bit more purple in it. If you can notice that, I feel like I can clearly see the violet in this blush. So I'm just going to use this on the cheeks, and it's pretty light, so you have to pack this on. The other cool tone look I did with the Anastasia palette, I regret not using the lilac blush. So I'm going to do that today because the eye look is fairly similar to that actually. It doesn't have the green tones. If you've not tried these blushes, it is necessary. You need to try at least one during the sale. It is so good. I'm on my quest to collect them all, like Pokemon. And I'm using a Pro Contour 79 brush to apply the blush, and I'm really packing it on. Has a nice little glow to it too. I'm gonna quickly finish off the eyes, just running those matte tones underneath. And this is a Pro Shader 18. This is a really nice detail brush. So going in with the lighter tones first, and then gradually deepening it up with the deeper tones. And I only put the darkest shade on the very outer corner of my eye. I go all the way in with the lighter, halfway with the mid-tone, and then gonna take the darker one just on the outer third. Then for lips, I have a bunch of favorites. This I picked up when I was trying to supplement the video, and I fell in love with the color. This is the Sephora Lip Liner To Go, and this is in the shade 17 Light Brown. This kind of reminds me of Max Spice. It's such a pretty color, and I love the cute little size. This was really affordable, so I'm going to use that today. Probably a little bit more pink than Max Spice, but still a perfect lip line color for me. Then I'm going to go in with my absolute favorite Sephora cream lip stain. It's a number 32. This is in stock. Please get it. It's a great mixer. I'm applying it all over, so it's going to be super light, but I'm going to go back in with that lip liner. You can see how light this goes. This is definitely giving me flashbacks of when I'm 19. The concealer lips. So just gradually deepening the color, and then I'm going to go in and finish off with a gloss. I don't know which one I want though. This is a classic. It's number 2 from the Outrageous Plump Glosses from Sephora. These have that burning sensation to the lips. This will deepen it slightly though. It's a really pretty nude. So 19-year-old Cheryl going to the bar. I'm actually just going to the post office and probably going for a walk after this. 36, 19, things are different. I'm just gonna quickly hop off camera, finish off my hair, come back, and finish off this video. This is the completed look. I'm ready for the club, ready for the walk, for the post office. Even with the new products that I tried this video, I really like them. So this is pretty much a full face of my favorite products from Sephora Collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I wanted to get this out before the first day of the sale, so if you are any of the tiers, you know to shop Sephora Collection day 1, October 28th. So the products you want don't sell out. A lot of these were in my recommendations, so definitely check them out. I actually swatched all the blushes in my recommendations video if you haven't seen that already. Definitely go check that out if you are curious of all the other colors I have. The quality is there, affordable price. You can't go wrong with these products. I love how the makeup turned out. It truly speaks for itself. It just looks flawless. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed this video idea, and please, before you leave, let everyone know your favorite Sephora Collection items down below before tomorrow, because I really want to check out some more products and would love to know any hidden gems that you guys are aware about. I wanted to mention one more thing before I sign off, because I actually did this yesterday and I don't like to wear makeup the day I do this. But I did use the Sephora Collection facial razor so that my makeup does go on so much better. So that is one thing I wanted to mention. If you were ever curious about picking up the facial razor from Sephora Collection, I did put it in my recommendations video, and I wanted to do it prior to doing this video so you can see how my skin looked prior. Highly, highly recommend if you weren't able to get your hands on it previous years, because that's one of the items that kind of goes in and out of stock, which is unfortunate. Currently right now it's in stock. So definitely go pick that up. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. If you have not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one.